PCNC.
Thank you for making Channel 11 Pittsburgh's most watched morning.
Channel 11 News starts with severe weather Team 11 coverage.
Doppler 11 radar tracking snow showers. Some neighborhoods seeing some heavier bands of snow, and wind chills will dip into the single digits this afternoon. Thanks for joining us. I'm Peggy Finnegan.
And I'm Gordon Lesh. Let's head over to meteorologist Scott Harbaugh now. Tracking bitter cold and snow in Severe Weather Center 11. Scott?
Yeah, a lot of changes over the next couple of hours, and that starts with Storm Tracker Doppler 11 radar. We are seeing some bands of snow that are quickly coating the ground in a couple of spots right now, including northern Allegheny County, southern Butler County right now. This broad area of white going straight across Route 228 from Cranberry Township over to Adams Township, Middlesex, eventually Saxonburg. I'm checking out our PennDOT cameras in this area, and we're definitely seeing a quick coating of snow with some of these heavier bands. Here's Route 19, I-79 near Cranberry, putting down about a quarter-inch of snow. Notice the roadways look wet, but with temperatures only in the mid-20s right now, you have to watch out for icy areas even during the daylight hours. Wind chills currently in the teens, but those are going to drop off as we go through the afternoon. The temperatures by 7 tonight down to 20 degrees. I'm updating a couple maps right now, including Storm Tracker, to pinpoint when those heaviest bands of snow are going to move through your neighborhood, plus when the wind chills drop down near zero. Full look at that coming up in just a few minutes.
On its public announcement.
Breaking now, the House debating right now on the rules leading up to a vote to impeach President Donald Trump.
That vote coming nearly 3 years into the president's first term and 3 months after an impeachment inquiry was launched. The Democrats say they do have the votes.
And the president isn't keeping quiet about it. NBC's Susan McGinnis has the breaking details.
The House will be in order.
History unfolds on Capitol Hill. The 45th U.S. president set to become only the third ever to be impeached. Ahead of an expected vote later today, lawmakers debate the 2 articles of impeachment, charging the president with abuse of power for trying to enlist a foreign power for his own political benefit and obstruction of Congress for blocking lawmakers from investigating his actions.
That is what brings us here today, to decide nearly 2.5 centuries later whether the United States is still a nation where no one is above the law.
After 6 hours of debate in the House, virtually all Democrats are expected to vote to impeach. Republicans in lockstep supporting the president, accusing Democrats of having it in for him since day one.
It's going to be a deeply partisan vote, coming at the end of an unfair and rushed process prescribed solely by Democrats to ensure a predetermined result.
The president acknowledging today's outcome is virtually assured, tweeting, "Can you believe I will be impeached today by the radical left?" Again asserting he did nothing wrong, asking for a prayer, and taking no responsibility for his circumstances.
No, I don't take any, zero.
After a Senate trial in January, he is unlikely to lose his office. But today, finding himself in rare company with only 2 other presidents in history to be impeached. Susan McGinnis, NBC News, Washington.
Channel 11 reached out to local members of Congress to see how they'll vote. And as expected, they are split down party lines. Democrats Conor Lamb and Mike Doyle are expected to vote yes for impeachment. Republicans Guy Reschenthaler, Mike Kelly, and Glenn Thompson are expected to vote no. There was a show of support for impeachment yesterday with several rallies in our area. One of those rallies downtown last night. At least 100 people held up signs in support of impeaching the president. One organizer tells us she's fed up with what she calls a pattern of lying.
It has now extended to corruption that includes lying to getting a foreign power and cooperating with a foreign power to destroy our democracy.
Another rally was held in Greensburg. While impeachment supporters rallied on one side of the street, several people on the other side held a counter demonstration supporting the president. The debate in the House is expected to last for at least another 3 hours, then a vote late this afternoon. Look for major developments on our streaming apps and tonight starting at 5 on Channel 11 News.
There was a big backup on the Parkway West this morning after a chain reaction crash in Robinson. 7 cars got caught up in the accident near Settler's Cabin around 6:30 this morning. At one point, 2 outbound lanes were blocked. There was no report of any major injuries. The window of a Hill District church was damaged after a car crashed into it. This was the scene outside Central Baptist Church on Wiley Avenue around 1 this morning. The car had already been towed away when we got there.
A man wanted in connection with a shooting in Penn Hills has turned himself into police. Police say the suspect shot a woman on East Hills Drive last night. His name has not been released. The victim was rushed to the hospital for surgery and is expected to survive. We're expected to get a look at the case being built against a man police say is a dangerous sex offender. James McCray is set to face a judge today. He was out on parole on 3 previous rape and assault convictions when police say he attacked a 16-year-old. Police say the assault happened back in September when McCray offered the girl a ride on the north side. The alleged victim was able to get away.
That case is just one of the high-profile cases causing people to question the state's parole system. There is an internal review underway. Changes could include creating an automatic jail sentence for people who continually ignore the conditions of their parole. Other notable cases include Christian Bay. He was on parole when investigators say he shot and killed off-duty Pittsburgh police officer Calvin Hall this past summer. And Keith Burley, who was on parole when police say he killed an 8-year-old boy in Lawrence County. The investigation into a missing Texas mother and her newborn baby has gotten more intense. The FBI has now joined the search, and the parents of the missing woman are speaking out. NBC's Sam Brock has an update from the last place that woman was seen, her home in Austin, Texas.
The search is intensifying. FBI teams going door to door at this suburban apartment complex.
I see kids like this on the news, but you never think it's going to be yours.
And 2 puzzled parents, Tammy and David Broussard, trying to make sense of what's happened.
Whoever it is that has her and knows anything, just please come forward.
It's been 6 days now since their 33-year-old daughter Heidi and their 3-week-old granddaughter Margot vanished without a trace. Heidi's car still in the parking lot near her apartment with a baby car seat inside.
Something happened. She would not just leave.
Oh, no, she wouldn't do nothing
Her
like this.
son, she'd never leave her son.
Broussard also has a 6-year-old son. She dropped him off at school last week, shortly before disappearing.
Our assumption is that they're alive, and the sooner that we can find them, the better.
Investigators have ramped up search efforts, but say they have no person of interest. They're also not sure if the disappearance is nefarious or if the mother left of her own accord.
She wouldn't leave. Not without an ID. All of her cash was in her purse. Her whole purse is here.
Broussard's boyfriend fighting back tears as he talked about his suddenly empty apartment and the baffling circumstances surrounding his girlfriend and daughter.
There is an independent search group just waiting with people and technology for the FBI to give them the green light. There's also a church group that's going to be going out this weekend, continuing their own search there as well. In Austin, Sam Brock, NBC News.
A FedEx driver was shot during a robbery in Philadelphia, but the tables were turned when that driver fired back. Police say the driver pulled out a gun. He shot the suspect in the chest and back. The robber ran with several stolen packages. He was later found by police and taken to the hospital where he died. The FedEx driver is expected to be okay. A FedEx spokesperson says the safety of their team members is a top priority, but declined to say if employees are allowed to carry weapons while on the job.
Pittsburgh City Council has approved the mayor's 2020 budget. According to partners at the Trib, it includes more than $600 million for operations and $100 million for capital spending. But those numbers could change as the city continues to negotiate a new contract with the police union. City Council also approved several bills to combat racism in the city. The bills declare racism a public health crisis and create a leadership forum to create policy solutions and authorize a fund to develop projects and entrepreneurial opportunities. Earlier this month, a study showed racism is the primary source behind inequities in Pittsburgh.
Dozens of traffic projects are launching across Pennsylvania. State officials just announced their plans to improve lights and signs and more. Channel 11's Liz Kilmer has more on the local neighborhoods impacted.
Just announced, PennDOT is distributing millions of dollars all across the state to improve traffic issues. Among the projects here in Westview, overhead pedestrian crossing signs will be added on Perry Highway. Traffic complaints or road concerns are heard frequently in Pennsylvania, and state leaders say they're listening. With a grant, PennDOT is dishing out more than $13 million to make safety improvements across the state, including 8 municipalities in Allegheny County and 2 in Westmoreland. Among those local projects, traffic light upgrades here at 4th Avenue and Mill Street in Coraopolis, and in Hampton Township, where Wildwood Road intersects with West Hardy. Officials say $12,000 will also be spent for new overhead pedestrian crossing signs along Perry Highway in Westview. Folks say they're all for it.
Safety's always a good thing, right? I mean, if it's going to make it safer, I mean, of course, that's a good thing, you know? I mean, especially, I mean, they put money on other things that we don't need, so why not put a little money on the safety, especially, you know, older people walking around here, you know, kids walking around. I mean, even people like myself getting old.
I'm right now working to find out when the projects are expected to start and then complete. I'll have that and more in a report I'm working on for 5. In Westview, I'm Liz Kilmer, Channel 11 News.
Police targeting a local neighborhood while their victims sleep. What they're taking that could cost you thousands of dollars.
Flu season is already packing a punch, and Allegheny County is leading the state in flu cases. We take you through the numbers next.
Plus snow across parts of the area, and it is sticking in some spots. I'm going to show you the differences as we go neighborhood by neighborhood.
It's a very merry MeTV. Spend a full afternoon with these Christmas time classic comedies.
Sunday starting at 5 on MeTV. Find MeTV on Comcast 190, 207, or 1169. And on these at WPXI Now, your source for original local shows. Avoid scams, save money, and find great deals. Top consumer advocate Clark Howard. Weekdays at 8:30 a.m. and 7:30 p.m. on WPXI Now.
When you want news from where you live,
watch Channel 11 News at 5.
A neighborhood on high alert. Thieves are breaking into homes. They're stealing cars. Channel 11's Amy Hudak spoke to people in Brentwood and learned there are reports of recent break-ins on at least 3 streets.
That's scary. Neighbors in Brentwood opened their doors a little bit more cautiously than normal.
We keep the doors locked, and it's not something we used to do a whole lot.
Police say criminals are breaking into homes in the middle of the night, stealing the homeowners' car keys, then driving off with their cars. It's happened on East Garden Road, Jacobson Drive, and Hilpert Street. Neighbors on those streets tell us we were the ones to let them know.
It would be nice maybe to hear from the borough or something to keep an eye out.
It's very alarming, not knowing it's been happening, and makes you want to lock your doors and not leave anything valuable in your car.
We talked to the next door neighbor of 2 victims. They say this was absolutely terrifying, and everyone is coping the best they can. Police are asking anyone where the crimes have happened to turn over home surveillance video as they narrow in on their leads. They're also reminding neighbors to lock up all doors and windows, even the ones up on the 2nd story, keep valuable items out of your car, and consider a home security camera or motion-activated lights.
Now it's just automatic, just keep everything locked up. I'd feel a little more security knowing that people are keeping an eye out in the neighborhood.
That story is out of Brentwood, but this can happen anywhere. Police say this time of year, people are desperate to make a quick buck, so stay on high alert and never leave presents in your car in plain sight.
The flu is hitting Allegheny County hard. The latest numbers from the health department found more than 25% of the cases in the state were reported right here. Allegheny County has just over 2,000 cases. No one else is even close. Beaver County comes in second with 552. Doctors say it is not too late to get the flu shot. Flu activity can last until late May.
The Pittsburgh Zoo is mourning the loss of one of its animals. The northern elephant seal named Coolio died yesterday during a veterinary procedure. We're told he had several congenital problems that led to his death. Coolio was found severely injured in California when he was just a little guy and nursed back to health here in Pittsburgh.
State leaders are moving forward with a plan to reduce air pollution. The Environmental Quality Board just approved changes to air quality regulations. They're expected to reduce emissions of volatile organic compounds by 4,400 tons a year and reduce methane emissions by more than 75,000 tons a year. You can give input on the proposed changes during a public comment period next year.
A change to the way you shop. Giant Eagle is ditching plastic bags. It plans to get rid of them over the next 5 years. Channel 11's Kara Sapida learned bags aren't the only plastic product Giant Eagle is dropping.
It's something to think about next time you go to the grocery store. Americans use and throw away billions of plastic shopping bags every year.
Everything comes from somewhere and ends up somewhere. We can't actually throw things away. There is no away. That's not a thing.
Today, Pittsburgh-based Giant Eagle made a major commitment to the environment, announced by the great-granddaughter of one of Giant Eagle's founders 90 years ago.
And today we're announcing a very important step, we believe, in protecting our environment for the future generations. By 2025, we will have eliminated all single-use plastic from our stores.
Single-use plastic, like the water bottle you drink and toss in the garbage. Today, Giant Eagle leaders joined city leaders at the Waterworks Market District and signed a pledge to do their part in the community.
This year, in Allegheny County, we banned the use of straws. And guess what? We got through the year.
I want to thank Giant Eagle for taking the lead. I want to thank Sustainable Pittsburgh for working to create a pilot program that others can follow.
Giant Eagle says they will offer incentives to use reusable bags, completely eliminate plastic bags, and switch from plastic containers to recycled paper.
Every single bag that we don't use makes a difference.
One of the first things you may notice in Giant Eagle's effort will be selling boxed water starting in the spring to move people away from plastic water bottles.
Your severe winter Team 11 forecast.
I want to take you on a little tour of our PennDOT cameras right now to show you the wide difference based on where you are between no snow on the ground and how much snow is falling in some of these heavier bands. Live look at our PennDOT cameras. Parkway North, Camp Horn Road, no snow on the grass, but you just go up the pike literally about 4 miles right now up to I-79 Wexford. You can see the dusting on the grass, and some of this is actually melted in the last 15 minutes. Had a pretty good squall come through northern Allegheny County. There it is right now, just entering Tarentum and over towards New Kensington right now. Southern Butler County as well, right along 228. So you folks just north of Adams Township towards Callery, you folks over towards Saxonburg, getting some pretty good snow right now. This is going to continue to move off to the east. Another batch is coming into southern Beaver County. This one's going to clip central and northern Allegheny County. So you folks in Moon Township, Robinson, even Ross Township, McCandless again, could get another pretty good clip of snow coming in the next couple of minutes, maybe another half hour, 45 minutes. So what are snow squalls? They're heavier bursts of snow. They're like, I like to call them enhanced snow showers. They quickly reduce the visibility to just a couple hundred feet. Come with strong winds, too. Generally, you get a 30 to 40 mile per hour wind gust with these, and they can quickly accumulate, especially on grassy surfaces, but even on the roadways. I'm not talking a quick 3-4 inches of snow, but in about a 15-minute period, get a 1/4 inch to a 1/2 inch of snow with some of these that come through. And notice on Storm Tracker 130, picking up on a couple of these, pushing through Allegheny, Westmoreland County, down into Fayette County by 5 o'clock. This is our Arctic front coming through. A reinforcing shot of cold air that's really going to drive down the numbers tonight, not just the temperature, but the wind chill. The good news is by about 10 o'clock tonight, most of the snow showers have started to ease, and we're not talking mass accumulations. 1/2 inch to 1 inch of snow generally as a whole. If you get under a couple of these snow squall bands this afternoon, you could pick up 1 inch to 1.5 inches in your neighborhood total throughout the course of the day, but just watch for some slick roads from time to time. 27 for the high today. Snow showers, gusty winds, turning colder this afternoon. How about this wind chill late this afternoon into this evening, dropping into the lower single digits at 8 o'clock this evening. If you're doing any holiday shopping, wind chill going to be about 4 degrees. 13 for the overnight low tonight. Snow showers shut off this evening. Then tomorrow, decreasing clouds. A very cold day. High temperature of 29 degrees. That's the last of the cold days for a while. 5-day forecast with your weekend always in view. Sunshine Friday up near 40. We'll see some clouds Saturday, but the high temperature still near 40 degrees. And then Sunday, 45 with partly sunny skies. And this warm air is going to continue through much of next week, through Christmas week next week. So high temperatures Christmas Day still in the mid-40s, which obviously means no white Christmas for this year. We'll continue to track those bands of heavier snow showers and where they're going to be as you try to head out the door this afternoon. That's coming up next half hour.
Let my brother rest in peace, you know, just leave the stuff there. Like, it doesn't have to be this way.
She lost her brother in a hit-and-run crash. The mystery surrounding his memorial that's forcing his family to relive the pain.
That hit me, and I thought, man, that would be really cool.
How one man helped erase the school lunch debt at 4 school districts.
More than 500 turkeys given away for free to families in need. A local sheriff's department and a group of volunteers provide a Thanksgiving meal every year to those who can't afford it.
It means a lot to us, too, that, hey, we can help somebody out in need.
It's a blessing.
Giving a holiday boost to families in need makes us proud to be from Pittsburgh.
Proud to be from Pittsburgh. Brought to you by your local Honda dealers. Great cars, great people. For a great deal on a Honda, visit Shop Honda. Anderson and Lisa Sylvester on Channel 11 News 11 at 11.
Spirit Airlines is trying to shake off criticism about thin seats and tight legroom space. The airline unveiled its redesigned cabin featuring more comfortable seats and bigger tray tables. Spirit says the seats will offer 2 extra inches of legroom and tray tables will now be full size. For now, just one plane has been updated. The plan is to make it available across the fleet. Lyft is helping out people in the Pittsburgh area who are looking for a new job or starting a new job. The ride-sharing company is offering free rides to people who need to get to job interviews, training programs, or are just starting a new job. That's according to our Trib partners. In all, they are offering 200 rides through February. Lyft is doing this in partnership with the city and county.
Well, we hear a lot about school lunch debt. Some schools even going as far as taking food out of a child's hands if their parents haven't paid up. So a Wisconsin man made sure that wasn't going to happen this holiday season. Not for one student, but for hundreds. He donated to his local school district for years. This year, he wanted to help reach more students in need, so he started a Facebook fundraiser.
There was letters with some of the donations saying, hey, thank you for doing this. We were, I was one of those kids when I was growing up, and now I'm in the position to help when it was me that was being made fun of or struggling.
Sometimes families, again, are struggling, and in no time should the students be shamed or penalized because that debt hasn't been paid, because, again, they can't generate the money to pay that.
The fundraiser brought in more than $5,000 in 2 weeks. That money helped erase the lunch debt in 4 school districts. The organizer wants to remain anonymous, but spoke out, hoping that others will do the same.
Local charities targeted in what police are calling a sob story scam.
She had me believing she was in desperate need of help.
How police say a woman got Facebook users to hand over cash.
A big change is hour by hour this afternoon. I'm tracking where bands of snow are going to quickly coat area roads.
We've always counted on Channel 11 Morning News for breaking news. Now, we've expanded our coverage of breaking news where you live. Our anchor connects you to new information all morning long. Don't miss anything happening in the morning. Watch Channel 11. Streaming WPXI Now, your source for breaking news, weather, and original local shows. Murder, mystery, and the missing. Justice Rules profiles real-life crime stories. Tuesdays at 9 p.m. right here on WPXI Now. Pittsburgh's chief meteorologist Stephen Cropper tracking the weather in your neighborhood.
Some snow showers moving through right now and bitter cold temperatures today.
Wind chills will dip into the single digits this afternoon. Meteorologist Scott Harbaugh tracking the cold and snow for us in Severe Weather Center 11.
Now, a lot of folks are already doing some holiday traveling, doing some shopping this afternoon, trying to wrap some of that up. Watch for quickly changing conditions. Here's a live look right now at Storm Tracker Doppler 11 radar. Several bands of bright white showing up in those areas are the bands of that heavier snow. One into southern Butler County right now. Here's the good news. They don't generally last very long, 15, 20 minutes, but this can drop a quick quarter inch to a half inch of snow in about a 15, 20-minute period, especially with the temperatures where they are in the mid-20s. 26 in Pittsburgh right now, 25 in Butler. Wind chills generally in the teens, although Somerset already a wind chill of 7. Temperatures are going to backpedal the rest of the afternoon. Those wind chills are going to get much colder. So I'm updating Storm Tracker right now to pinpoint where the heaviest bands of snow are going to be for the afternoon and what it's going to feel like when you head out the door first thing tomorrow morning. Full forecast coming up in minutes.
And now back to breaking news. The House continues to debate the rules leading up to a vote to impeach President Donald Trump. And by the end of the day, President Trump could be just the third president in U.S. history to be impeached. The session started at 9 this morning with some procedural votes.
Setting the stage for the big vote later today. Our Jacqueline Fell has been following today's developments and has the breaking details from Washington.
The House is still debating, with Democrats saying the evidence that the president abused his power is clear and overwhelming, while Republicans call the whole thing a farce. Hundreds protested outside the nation's capital as the U.S. House moves to vote to impeach President Donald Trump for his conduct toward Ukraine.
If a president undermining our national security and using the federal government for his own selfish personal gain is not impeachable conduct, then, Madam Speaker, I don't know what is.
House Republicans united against impeachment tried to end the debate before it began, with at least 2 motions that delayed proceedings.
So we can stop wasting America's time on impeachment, I move that the House do now adjourn.
Democrats charged the president with 2 articles of impeachment, abuse of power and obstruction of Congress. There will be at least 6 hours of debate. Republicans say it's all politics.
But if we're really being honest, Democrats have been searching for a reason to impeach President Trump since the day he was elected.
The president, who says he won't be watching the vote, tweeted this morning he did nothing wrong and that this should never happen to another president again. He ended with, "Say a prayer," which is exactly what the chaplain did as the House gavelled in for this historic day.
As the members take this time to consider far-reaching legislation and consider historic constitutional action, give them wisdom and discernment.
House Speaker Nancy Pelosi will preside over the votes on the 2 articles of impeachment this evening. In Washington, Jacqueline Fell, Channel 11 News.
Look for the major developments on our streaming apps and tonight starting at 5 on Channel 11 News.
A Woodland Hills teacher is suing the district, saying he was passed over for an assistant principal job because of his race. According to the Trib, Charles Cost has been a teacher in the district for 15 years. He's white. He applied for the assistant principal positions twice last year, but wasn't hired. Instead, Woodland Hills hired 2 black candidates. Cost says his credentials and degrees were better than those of the other 2 candidates. The superintendent says they don't comment on personnel issues.
Horrible. It's a horrible feeling.
Money and resources meant for people in need taken, allegedly by a woman targeting local charities. And people with those organizations are angry about it. Channel 11's Michelle Newell spoke with the organizers about the crime.
The first thing I said, you really scammed the group? Like, I just couldn't believe it.
Amber Marie loves to help others through her Facebook group, Helping Hands of Allegheny County. But the Christmas joy she and so many others had was abruptly interrupted.
It's disgusting. I mean, to take advantage of people that are good-hearted.
Marie is talking about a woman who allegedly targeted her group and so many others on Facebook, making up stories to get help.
She told me that she had a sister that was in an abusive relationship and going through a really hard time.
Marie says the woman claimed to be sick, even said her children were ill.
Children that are in the hospital that don't exist. Stuff like that, that's just disgusting.
Marie and members of her group aren't the only victims.
Her youngest son had just started dialysis. Her and her 16-year-old daughter were both raped at gunpoint by the husband/father.
That's what another victim says the woman told her to get help.
The story needs to be out there, and she needs to be arrested.
Channel 11 learned a number of police departments are investigating. Upper St. Clair police say there are multiple victims. I'm Michelle Newell for Channel 11 News.
Workers who were laid off from the Elwood City Medical Center are getting more help. There was an informational meeting yesterday about unemployment, job partnerships, and other resources. People like Patty Partington, who worked in the emergency room for 43 years. She's worried about the future.
It's scary to start a new job. I'm worried about whether an employer really wants to hire somebody at my age, but I still feel like I have a lot to give. I'm not ready to quit working.
Everyone also got a folder with a career link, offers, seminars, classes, and how to get unemployment or find a new job.
The U.S. House passed a sweeping $1.4 trillion spending deal yesterday. It has been overshadowed by the impeachment process. The bills, which will stop our government shutdown this weekend, now go to the Senate. It's a two-bill package that cements $738 billion in funding for the military and $632 billion for non-defense agencies. After a Senate vote, President Trump is expected to sign the two bills into law. The legislation will fund the government through September 30th, shortly before the presidential election. The deal also raises the age for buying tobacco to 21, and it has the support of two unlikely backers, Marlboro cigarette maker Altria and e-cigarette maker Juul. The proposal comes in response to a surge in underage vaping by U.S. teens. Anti-tobacco advocates say Altria and Juul are backing the measure to head off even more damaging restrictions on tobacco and vaping.
There's a startling new report out tonight about teens vaping and marijuana. 1 out of every 5 high school students admitted vaping pot in the last year. Researchers at the University of Michigan spoke with 42,000 students. Vaping nicotine is the most popular at 25%, but vaping marijuana is catching up fast.
Why they are vaping is because they want to experiment. They are curious. But the second one most frequently cited for them, vaping, is because they like the taste.
The leading e-cigarette maker Juul vowed to drop fruit-flavored vaping pods after they were criticized for advertising to children. The survey was done before the surge in vaping-related lung damage and death.
We're getting an inside look at the local holiday shipping rush.
What the Postal Service wants you to keep in mind as we move closer to shipping deadlines.
You hear us say Channel 11 News 11 at 11 all the time.
But this is what it means.
It means you get 11 minutes of news and weather before the first commercial.
It means we deliver breaking news, local news happening now, and details about what's happened since 6.
All before the first commercial.
11 at 11 means I'll track storms and bring you your first look at weather before the first commercial.
Channel 11 News 11 at 11.
11 minutes of news and weather before the first commercial.
Watch tonight.
in Westmoreland County.
Is your gift hot or not? Google has a tool so you can now know what's trending. Google Shopping 100 highlights the top trending products searched on Google in the U.S. It's all organized by category, making gift giving a bit easier this year. First, the retail rush, now a delivery rush. We got an inside look at the sprint to the finish line for the Postal Service.
Yeah, they let us into their processing plant in Warrendale to show us how they're handling the crush and how you can help them out. The Postal Service will deliver 800 million packages between Thanksgiving and New Year's Day. And a lot of those parcels are going through the Penwood Processing and Distribution Center in Warrendale.
We have very, very key mailing dates that they want to keep in mind.
And timing is of the essence, especially with fewer shopping and shipping days between Thanksgiving and Christmas this year. To get your packages to their destinations by Christmas, Friday is the deadline for first-class mail.
For your greeting cards, your first-class letters.
Saturday is the deadline for priority mail.
Priority mail is really where you want to go if you're going to ship a gift right now.
And Monday is the deadline for Priority Mail Express, the absolute latest you can send out a package. There are also several key do's and don'ts for packages, including...
Don't wrap your box on the outside. This pretty paper is never going to make it through the mechanization you see behind me. String, good for the bakery, but don't put it on the outside of the box. Again, it'll get caught in our mechanization.
And don't forget to include a return address and a zip code.
It's better not to have a zip code than to guess a wrong zip code, because that's where the package is going to go.
The Postal Service will also open 4 local post offices on Sunday from 11 to 3 p.m. to handle the holiday rush. They are McKnight, Montour, Castle Shannon, and Pleasant Hills. For more information on the Postal Service and other services, you can check out our website at WPXI.com. We're going to stay on top of any major problems for holiday shopping rushes. Christmas is now a week away.
Let my brother rest in peace, you know, just leave the stuff there. Like, it doesn't have to be this way.
She lost her brother in a hit-and-run crash. The mystery surrounding his memorial that's forcing his family to relive the pain.
Fans of heavy snow showers moving through. I'm tracking where visibility is going to drop to only a couple hundred feet.
Our weather can change in an instant. Depend on Pittsburgh's chief meteorologist, Stephen Cropper, to keep you ahead of every twist and turn. Real, clear, accurate. Pittsburgh's chief meteorologist, Stephen Cropper. That's coverage you can count on. major story breaks, this is where you'll find 24-hour coverage. From the Channel 11 newsroom to our crews live in the field, we'll bring you the information you need right now. WPXI Now, always on when you want the latest on breaking news. The 7-day forecast, now on your screen all the time on Channel 11 News.
It's just causing more hurt for us than anything.
There's a mystery in Brookline. The memorial for a hit-and-run victim keeps vanishing. Austin Fike died in October, leaving behind a young son. Channel 11's Gabriela DeLuca spoke to Fike's heartbroken sister, who just wants answers.
You can see on the ground here there's a few items left over from the memorial, but when you look up you can see just about all of it is totally gone. Austin's family wants to know who's taking it down and why.
It hurts. It sucks.
Each time Haley Fike comes to the intersection of Brookline Boulevard and Pioneer Avenue, the sadness surrounding her brother's death comes flooding back. Austin Fike was riding his bike along the boulevard when he was hit and killed by a car back in October.
But this intersection's never going to change now, so it would be nice to have something nice in his memory.
That's why family, friends, and strangers decorated this tree in honor of him. This is what it used to look like: candles, flowers, and teddy bears set up to honor him. But on 3 separate times, the memorial has been torn down and destroyed.
Please stop or give us our stuff back. I mean, we're trying to, keep memories alive for the baby, and, it's not really fair to him, and it's not fair to our whole family to go through this again.
Channel 11 checked in with police. They say the city hasn't received any complaints, and the family says they've checked with the nearby CVS. And at this point, there's no answer on who took it down.
Honestly, I have no idea. It's sad that, we can't have something, throughout the holidays.
They have a plea to the person who's doing it.
Let my brother rest in peace, just leave the stuff there. Like, it doesn't have to be this way, and, it's just causing more hurt for us than anything.
Reporting in Brookline, Gabriela DeLuca, Channel 11 News.
This week, the PWSA is replacing more lead water lines. The goal is to reduce exposure in drinking water. This year alone, they have invested $49 million. 8,000 lead water lines have been replaced since 2016. This week, work will continue on the north side in Greenfield, Squirrel Hill, Mount Washington, and Duquesne Heights.
Take a look at this video. Fire and frigid temperatures are threats to your health during this time of year. We spoke to the head of UPMC's Mercy's Burn Center about preventing injuries. And Channel 11 News anchor David Johnson has more on the added dangers you can face this time of year.
Beginning really around Thanksgiving and continuing in through the new year, we see a significant increase in the number of burn injuries.
Dr. Jenny Zimbicki is the director of the Burn Center at UPMC Mercy, and she says we're right in the middle of the holiday injury season.
We're also busy. We're trying to accomplish so much in a short period of time. I think we get distracted, and it takes our mind away from using the normal precautions.
From small cooking burns to burns caused by Christmas trees and space heaters, there are plenty of threats. The Consumer Product Safety Commission showed how quickly Christmas trees and other holiday decorations can go up in flames. Whether you're cooking or decorating,
don't start cooking and leave and be distracted. If you do burn candles, you want to make sure that you always pay attention.
And if you do get burned, run lukewarm water over it if it's a minor burn, but if it's blistering red or extremely painful, well, see a doctor. The Burn Center also treats injuries caused by the cold.
And we have new treatments for frostbite.
Mercy has the only city burn center certified by the American Burn Association. And Dr. Zimbicki says that expertise is crucial.
So if you do experience frostbite, there's a timeliness to that injury. We have interventions that we can do to prevent tissue loss for it.
The doctor also reminded people to do several things to avoid frostbite and hypothermia, including wearing layers and a hat when you're out in the cold, and pay attention to signals your body is sending you, like tingling in your fingers or toes.
Your severe weather Team 11 forecast.
Live look at the Parkway North, Camp Horn Road. If you were with us last half hour, this was perfectly clear. There was no snow on the ground. Now visibility down to about a quarter mile. I-79 Deer Run, that's Neville Island Bridge. In the background, you see the big snowflakes in the foreground. Nothing really sticking to the grassy surfaces just yet, but it will very soon. I-79 near Wexford, good solid ½ inch in the grass areas. Keep in mind the grass here thicker along the highway, so it doesn't look like it's quite as much, but picked up about a ½ inch in the Wexford area, and then up toward I-79, Route 19 in Cranberry. Sun was just out a few minutes ago here, and the roadways look damp, but you have to watch out for those icy patches today. Here's live storm tracker Doppler 11 radar. Couple clusters of these heavier snow showers. Now, technically, no squalls right now. Squall is a very well-defined, strong snow shower with wind gusts in excess of 30 miles per hour, generally reduced visibility, which these all have, but they're basically just some heavier bands of snow showers. One in southeastern Butler County, Route 228, 356 near the Sarver area, Buffalo Township as well, and then another one moving in to northwest Allegheny County. This is the one I was showing you, Camp Horn Road, Neville Island Bridge right at the S-Bends right in here, so showing you Deer Run in this area right here. Heaviest snow, the brighter white. Again, you pick up a quick 1/4 inch to a 1/2 inch of snow. And the general movement on all these is east-southeast, so if you get maybe Pittsburgh on south, you might get into one for quite a while here, so you could pick up 3/4 of an inch to an inch of snow over the course of a 45-minute period. And that's the impact the rest of the day today. Scattered snow showers, some brief snow squalls possible, and again, snow squalls are just really heavy snow showers that come with gusty winds, quickly reduce the visibility. Also, generally, they can coat the roadways in a matter of minutes, then dropping wind chills as we go through the rest of the afternoon. Here's Storm Tracker. There go the bands this afternoon, pushing to the south by 5 p.m. The heaviest snow bands south of I-70. And then as we get into the evening hours, this will begin to pull apart, but it is going to be cold tonight, down to 13. Wind chills in the single digits all night tonight, and temperatures as we go through the next 5 days will slowly moderate. 27 for the high today, 29 tomorrow. Now, the good news about tomorrow is there will not be a whole lot of wind, so 29 will feel like 29 in the afternoon. Friday, sunshine, 39 degrees. Then over the weekend, we'll start to pull together a little cloud cover on Saturday, make it to 40 and then 45 degrees on Sunday with partly sunny skies.
A California man got more than he bargained for when he visited a national park. He stopped on the side of the road to take a video of a bear. Well, turned out the bear was just as interested in seeing him. The animal seemed fascinated by the man's dog who was in the passenger seat. The pup lived up to his name, Ice. He stayed calm and cool while the bear pawed at the windshield.
It was my first time seeing a bear, actually, so I was really excited to see it. I was just trying to get a good video, like close up, and then it just started approaching the car and climbed up.
Wildlife experts say that bear was either unusually fearless or unusually hungry. Luckily, the damage to the man's car is minor.
After being nominated for the NFL Walter Payton Man of the Year award, Cam Hayward continues to show his commitment to Pittsburgh. We're there as he gives struggling families a special gift. Thanks for joining us. I'm Gordon Lesh.
And I'm Catherine Amenta. At Channel 11 Morning News, we help you prepare for the day ahead.
Definitely the heavy rain gear today with temperatures.
Heavier delays for the inbound morning commute.
We expanded our breaking news team to better cover news happening right now and give you new information throughout the morning.
Let's get right to Jennifer Tomazik live at the breaking news desk.
A huge impact on the area. In fact, we just found out.
Don't miss anything happening in the morning. Watch Channel 11 Morning News. We're on from 4:30.
6.
Followed by NBC Nightly News at 6:30.
The tradition of the Steelers giving back to the community continues. Cam Hayward and friends handed out nearly 200 holiday meals on the South Side last night. They did this so struggling families don't have to choose between bills or food this holiday season.
I know the holidays can be a stressful time for a lot of different people, and we just want to make sure we, get that question out there. Get them not thinking about that. Enjoy your Christmas.
300,000 people in southwestern PA are in need of nutritious food, so this helps families get through the holidays.
A delivery driver was recorded by a doorbell camera doing a happy dance after finding a sweet surprise left on a family's doorstep.
Hey, leave this and that's anything.
That's his reaction to the unexpected surprise waiting for him at the door of a home in Tennessee. The homeowner says she did a lot of Christmas shopping online this season and wanted to give something to those delivering the goods, wanted to give them something to smile about.
I thought, what better way to just give a little bit of thank you and spread a little bit of joy this Christmas season than to set out this little treat box for the delivery workers.
She says while a lot of drivers take a treat, none of them have responded quite like this. The homeowner hopes this inspires more people to do something for others.
That guy dances just like me. Stole my moves.
That's all for Channel 11 News at noon. Our next newscast is tonight at 5.
Thanks for watching. Have a great day. Breaking News Desk is really an invaluable tool.
You're going to get breaking news as it's happening. You can be assured that everything I tell you is something that's important that's going to impact your day.
We have an anchor now dedicated to following the latest information as it comes in.
I know the neighborhoods, I know the school districts, and that really helps to inform you so that you know if something is going to impact your family.
As soon as she gets that information, the Breaking News Desk is able to go on air, bring that information to you and share it.
That is a resource no one else has. If you